This is my life. Well, actually, it's a snow-covered field near my house, but it's a metaphor for my life. Having always lived in Pennsylvania, I have learned that there are basically two types of snow. The fluffy kind, through which it is better to walk in the footsteps of others, and the icy kind, through which it is better to make your own path. This particular snow is the latter. As I move through the snow, at first it is not so deep, and I am reminded of how the decisions in my childhood were very shallow and simplistic, and there weren't many outside influences affecting my decisions. So it was very easy for me to follow my own path. Then, as I came upon this clearly defined path, I was reminded of my early teenage years and how the temptation to follow the path of least resistance was very real, and how the expectation of what I should be doing started to come into play. But I moved forward, continuing to create my own path. This next part reminds me of my later teens and early 20s. Life moved steadily, and I had only a few cares to weigh me down. I had just met the man that I would eventually marry, and things were going pretty good. But I had gotten to such a routine that I wasn't paying attention to where my life was headed, and I took a few missteps. It was only for a brief time, but it is a reminder that once a decision is made, it cannot be unmade, and even though I was able to turn in a better direction, those steps will forever be a part of my journey. As I continue down this new path, the snow starts to deepen, and I am reminded of how life in my later 20s became much more of a burden, and I really had to dig in my heels in order to move forward. At one point, I remember losing all sense of direction and feeling hopeless and utterly lost. I searched frantically for meaning and direction, and I remember clearly finding both in the eyes of my children. My steps and heart became lighter, and my purpose and pace quickened. I now move through life with a great sense of purpose and a goal that I am proud of, to become the best version of myself. As I now enter my 30s, I feel immensely resolute with the path that I am on. And it is at this point that I stop to look at the horizon, knowing that even though my journey is more or less halfway over, and my hand is getting far too cold to keep holding the camera, I still have a long way to go. And as I look behind at the past and my car, hi car, I am reminded of how every step I have taken has led up to this very moment, and how every decision that I have made has ultimately led me to this moment in my life, and what a joyous thing that is. So this last look to the horizon is for you. We may not follow the same path in life, but we are all on this open field together, and I am so very glad to have you here. Thanks for watching.